Welcome to the Self-Sufficiency channel with Johnny Lee. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you find this content valuable to your life. Today I want to talk about something that most people are not ready to hear. Stop making your children fight your wars. Stop it. Because what we call parenting in this society is often just the transferring of unresolved battles to the next generation. And we dress it up with cute baby pictures. We dress it up with gender reveals. We dress it up with Bible verses. We dress it up with legacy. But underneath all of that is risk. And most people are gambling with somebody else's life. Let's go to the Bible. Because the same people who will argue against this message loves the book. The children of Israel wandered in the wilderness for 40 years. 40 years. Let's slow down. Who made the decision that caused that delay? The parents, the adults, the generation that was too afraid to take responsibility, and the children. They didn't vote on that decision. They didn't ask to wander. They didn't request instability. They inherited it. They inherited fear. They inherited doubt. They inherited delay. And we read that story like it's inspirational. No, it's tragic. Because an entire childhood was swallowed by the stubbornness of grown people. Those kids grew up in a desert because their parents couldn't get their act together. That's not divine mystery. That's generational consequence. Now look at King David. David fought wars his entire life. Bloodshed, conflict, enemies on every side. But when Solomon took the throne, the kingdom had peace. Solomon didn't inherit chaos. He inherited structure, stability, and a space to think. And because of that, he became known as very wise. He became known as wealthy. He became known as prosperous. But here's the question nobody dares to ask. Would Solomon have become Solomon if he had to fight David's wars too? Would he have had time to build the temple? Would he have had time to develop wisdom? Or would he have been in survival mode? David made a decision. My son will not fight what I can fight now. That is responsible legacy. That is strategic parenting. But let's bring this out of ancient texts and into real life. Most people don't think like David. Most people don't plan like David. Most people are not securing peace before producing life. They're having children in debt and in unstable environments, in emotional chaos, in broken relationships, in religious confusion, in psychological trauma. And then when the child grows up anxious, depressed, financially stressed, they say, that's just life. No. That was your war, and you handed it to them. You see, suffering is guaranteed in life. Nobody escapes pain. But unnecessary suffering, that's different. If you already know the world is unstable, if you already know the economy is fragile, if you already know society is chaotic, why would you manufacture vulnerability? Why create someone who must now survive what you barely survive yourself? Now let me say this carefully. If you already have children, this message is not condemnation. It's instruction. Be David. Fight your wars now. Stabilize your finances. Heal your trauma. Break the religious chains. Build peace around them. Absorb the chaos. Don't outsource it to your kids. But if you do not have children yet, then pause. Ask yourself, is this about the child or about me? Because most people have children for emotional reasons. Loneliness, validation, legacy, pressure, religion, the fear of dying alone. That's not strategy, that's self-soothing, and the child becomes the price. Now here's where people get uncomfortable, because this is why I teach antinatalism. Not because I hate children, but because I understand the risk. Life guarantees pain. It guarantees death. It guarantees exposure to loss. And when you create life, you are not giving a gift without conditions. You are assigning a sentence to experience. You cannot guarantee health. You cannot guarantee safety. You cannot guarantee stability. You cannot guarantee that the world won't collapse morally or economically. So the most responsible choice in an unpredictable world may be restraint. It may be discipline. It may be saying, I will not gamble with someone else's suffering. That's not selfish. That's surgical. That's being self-aware. So I plead with you, those who are listening, stop romanticizing struggle. Stop calling trauma character development. Stop making your children fight your wars. If you're going to bring life into this world, fight everything first. Build peace first. Secure stability first. And if you can't, then be honest enough to admit it. Because life is not a toy. It is not a prophecy. It is not a religious obligation. It is exposure. And exposure has consequences. Remember, as I always say, life is suffering. Death is mercy. No one is coming to save you. So save yourself. Until next time.